I bought all the 700 grand, dream house, live in the fucking dream neighborhood. I got realtors coming in retrospect. I got realtors coming and dropping off fucking HUDs. I got fucking renters coming in and fucking dropping off rent checks. I got people coming, and I'm partying too, you know, not drugs, but just having a good time with people my age coming over. Look like a drug dealer in retrospect. Now, if I was to do all that now, it's fine. You work from home. It's totally normal. But in 2005, 2006, that was like way ahead of its time, right? So the cops raid my house. They don't find any drugs, but they find a gun. It's not even my gun. It's my fucking roommate's gun.
And you're a felon.
But it's in my room, and there's a fucking picture of me holding the gun, which I did. There's a picture of me holding the gun for Halloween when I was dressed as a cop, just for a split second that I held on one of the fucking phones that they found when they raided the house. They fucking got me for felon in possession of a firearm, which in Texas is totally legal. I can own a gun in my house, right? Even though I'm a convicted felon. But the fucking ATF doesn't recognize that. So I beat the state case, and the fucking feds picked it up. And who beats a Fed case? John Gotti? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't do that. So they're going to give me 20 years. They're going to give me fucking 20 years for a crime I didn't even fucking commit. You know what I mean? It wasn't my gun. I wasn't even home when they raided the house. I damn sure wasn't selling dope. What the fuck? Right? So get mad at God for stuff like that. You really do. You're like, times in my life where I'm like, God, why you do me like this? But I know now I wouldn't be in this seat without this story, right? So check this out. This is probably the coolest story of my life. I get my lawyer. I help get him elected to be the first district attorney that's a black guy, that's a Democrat in an all red, sorry, Dallas, in an all red, all white guy judicial system. They ended up, this guy started letting people out of prison that he knew was innocent, and they fucking end up, dude, it's a whole mess. But he's a great guy. And I helped get him elected. And he cut some strings to get my time down to 15 months. And I go to this federal prison in Seagoville, Texas for 15 months. Day 2, when I'm in this motherfucker, guess who's in front of me? The Puerto Rican mob guys that I used to sell dope for when I was 19. They're serving life sentences. And I'm like, hey, you guys remember me? It's like half-baked black ass, right? Like, you guys remember me? And he's like, nah, man, what's up with you? I was like, it's me, Breeze. That was my name back in the day on the streets. And he was like, it's me, Breeze. He's like, hey, man, I thought you cleaned up, became like a banker or some shit. It's like, I fucking did, man. You wouldn't believe this, right? But those guys were like, hey, you're a stand-up dude. You could have snitched on us. You didn't. So they order my paperwork. 2 or 3 days later, they see I'm integrity-driven fucking criminal or whatever. They send this huge Mexican dude over to my cell to come get me. And he's like, hey, you got to go upstairs and meet this guy, Wawa. Fuck. My cellmate's like, I don't know what the fuck you did, but don't bring the shit in here. And I'm like, God damn it, man. You know? So we go upstairs. I had never been upstairs. I had a reason to go upstairs. They was living different up there, bro. They're wearing like Rolexes and wearing Air Jordans and smoking blunts and cigarettes like fucking free world. Like
Wawa ran game.
Yeah, he's the fucking kingpin for the whole fucking prison
so
shit.
He had the block.
Yep, and this is his shit. So I get up there and they're like, hey, white boy or whatever the fuck, right? Bolillo, hey. They said, we heard that you work in the banking system. We got 5 years left on our sentence. We've been doing 20 years, but we got a lot of money we need to clean up. You know banks, can you help us launder the money? I'm like, what they gonna do, put us in prison? Fuck yeah, I can help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck these people. We're already in jail. You can't convict them for shit you did in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's on you, you know? So I start showing these guys how to buy houses for cash, refinance them in their mama's name with stated income loans. That's what you could do back then. And now all of a sudden these motherfuckers get out. They ain't got to sell dope no more. That guy Wawa works for me now. He's worked for me for 8 years. He's my chief technology officer. Every web page you've ever seen on any of my shit, Hardcore Closer, phone sites, all that, he built that shit. That motherfucker went to prison for 17 years for 20 tons of cocaine before the fucking internet existed. And that guy can build a funnel better than Russell Brunson. I'll fucking put him up to the challenge.
Dude, I love this story.
That's what it says. Like,
dude, I had to let you just go because it was
the
just
only reason
so
he don't
good.
travel with me is he's still on parole for 2 more years, right? But I took him in the private jet to New Jersey a couple of months ago. He's like, holy shit, dude, I can't even believe that we were in prison together and now we like do these crazy things, you know? And so,
dude,
that guy's the most loyal friend I got.
I love that story.
He really is.
So
changed his life, got his gang tattoos lasered off, drives a Maserati, makes big money, owns a car dealership too, and he's my CTO. Like, dude totally changed his life from broke generational curses because his brother was executed by the state of Texas for killing a cop. His dad was violent fucking Mexican mafia. Like, this guy's broke generational fucking curses on him and his family because we just happened to run into each other in the cell block in prison, man.
So did you.
Yeah.
So did you.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, for all that shit that you went through, that all happened for you.
Yeah. Makes for a good story, you know?
Well, it's a great story, but it's more, it gives me a lot of insight on how you roll and how you're able to just move so fluidly through so many big circles and just maneuvering, making great decisions. You've been through so much.
Yeah. I made enough bad decisions that I think I know what not to decide on now, you know?